folks, welcome back. It's been a little bit. So first of all, happy Memorial Weekend to you all. Salute to the troops, the fallen, the remembered, and sadly even those that were forgotten. But today we're going to do a quick little update on the PlayBunny coach and let you see and know where I'm at with this project. It's been a few days because I've been busy building it. So anyway, first of all, we're going to start with some past pictures up to this point, so you get caught up as to where I am now, and then we'll bring out the car and show you where I'm at today. Alright, so as you can see, we have a chassis with the motor and interior, and the back window kind of sitting on there, and some things are still taped in place. So let's have a closer look, shall we? Obviously just setting on there, and we have a motor with the chassis. So let's get you a decent look at, I still haven't figured out how to do this part yet. Interior wise, we got our dash, we got our center console with shifter, got our seats, got our rear decking and our panels, even got a nice filler piece back here. And so far everything is pretty solid. Hopefully it lines up where it belongs. These didn't turn out quite as good as I would hope. The seats really ain't that great, but for the most part, she is what she is and she will work. A lot of custom fab work on in there. Here, let's just set that down out of the way real quick. Motor wise, we got the belt on. I had to make a harmonic puller, just harmonic balancer pulley for the bottom to keep the bottom out far enough so she didn't hit the water pump. Don't know if I'm going to mount that straight back so that it looks like it's mounted. We got some zinc chromate for the air filters. I still have to touch up the top of these with some Molotov once I get that far, but seems I'm still going to be touching them. And I still got to do the oil pan as well. But she does have plug wires. She is good to go. There's a hole drilled for the radiator at some point. So anyway, motor's ready. Body's the next big deal here. One of the body pieces I had made is this here black. You can tell it's not flat. It's pretty wavy because once I curve these ends down, it wants to bubble up pretty good. So I figured having a curve down in it, so when I curve it like this to go around the body, it would flatten out. I still have to paint the Playboy bunnies on both sides. Then I can clear coat this before I actually glue it on. Just a simple little piece. The rims are pretty much the same as you've seen up to this point. I have this part for my grille. These are supposed to be 4 of these with chrome trim around the outside, but they are black. I have 5 just in case I need to fill the void a little bit more, or if I mess one up, whatever. But I got them started. The headlights, I'm not exactly sure which ones I'm going to use yet. The more I look at it, the more I don't think these would be the right idea. Now these were basically KC highlights that would go on a roll bar. But if I flip them around, they're rounded on one side, and if I leave them this way, I can put the lights in there. But it seems they have thickness to them. I might not use them. because on the grill they are flush mount on this recessed panel here. So what we have here in the grill, as you can see, I have it blacked out with 2 yellow areas, and as you can see, there's a little bit of a depth to it, not a whole lot, but the headlight should be mounted flush to that, and then the grill sticks out up to the front of the grill. So give or take, may have some more work to do yet, but I'm going to paint that part silver and then either put them lights on it or put some clear lights, just the bezel lights without the ring trim rings, to kind of give it that look. But we do have it in yellow. It's not too bad. I mean, it's pretty decent gloss all around. It's not bad. And as you can see, the way the light wants to play in there, it's not completely flat because it has to have a curve down. So from about here and here, I started a curve, and then I also had to make these kind of get that angles in them, and then my filler panels in here, and this still mounts to the cowl just fine. For right now, it's all yellow inside. I'm thinking most of this will end up in black, brush painted. So there's that. And then the main body, we got a lot of work done on this one. Anyway, as you can see, it does look pretty good. My batteries keep dying, so we're going to have to end this with a bunch of pictures, if I can even get them taken. So the next step now is to paint the side panels, paint this in black, get my little trims, get it on the hood. So I tested this out with some camera died, so we're going to try it this way. As you can see, I got the body in yellow, and I made these little side curves to match the rear. They're a bigger size because this is where the exhaust outlet ends on the side pipes. I did find a pair of side pipes. I just have to figure out where they line up with the headers. I may have to bring my 4th one that comes in higher, which means I'll have to cut my 3 that go down into it. So this is still a work in progress area in this corner to get the side pipes to flow in where they belong. As you can see, we got pretty much everything's good to go here. This flap will actually mount to the bottom of the chassis. It is currently still just taped on, but seems everything looks good, it works good, it fits where it belongs. I don't think I need to adjust this at the moment. If this part sits higher on the frame than the bottom of the nose wants to, and I need to bring this down, then I'll cut the tape and make the little bracket inside to lower the nose while keeping this up, so that it can still hinge the way it belongs. But for right now, the tape is working and I don't see no issue there. However, at the back up here by the cowl, I need to hopefully have enough room that when this arcs forward, it doesn't catch on the air cleaner and not open. So this part here, I need to test fit and work out to make sure before I put any paint color in here, in case I need to shrink this down to give it just that little bit more room to make it over the air cleaner, or however that works, or if I need to shift the motor forward just a tad, because I don't really want to, because my tires already have a hard enough time having room in here. But other than that, the body is pretty much 100% done. I do have the tailgate in color, and all it gets is chrome trim on it. And then as far as the pink that goes along here, and then the black spoiler, I do not know if it wraps all the way around. and then makes the stripe go this way, because it does on this part. It has the purple that comes in and then it falls off and goes on to all of this. So I'm debating if I need to stop that in here underneath or if it goes all the way around the back, because there is no pictures of this car from behind to see that part. So I get a little ad-lib freedom in here, I guess you could say. And also on this car, all of this would have actually been black, but I like it in yellow. It's brighter, it's nicer, and why not, right? So we're going to leave that there. So as you can see on here, it is all black in here. There's no yellow. It almost looks like there's a piece of rubber trim that goes on it, but it needs something in here to keep the hood solid so that it doesn't just flop around in there on the real car. So I think yellow looks good, even though black would be decent. Yeah, I may paint that. I mean, it's something I can almost always do at some point as long as the motor's not in there yet. So we'll mess with that and get that done. But here you can see the little fin that goes on for the side pipe. And as you can tell, the inlet of the side pipe is more like a cover with the pipe going through it. So we'll see how that all works out. But right now I am working on the 4 colors of this in a test palette here. Just a piece of plastic from a trailer. These 4 are acrylic colors. This one was a bad bottle of paint. And as you can see with all the little bumps and stuff in there, that color probably won't work. So I need to debate. Well, I needed to figure out, do I want to use the acrylic colors? This is a hot pink. I added a little bit more red into it to kind of darken it a little more, which you can tell it's a little darker. But I'm thinking these would probably be the 4 colors that I would use if I can get my airbrush to work, because I really don't want to hand paint them on there because of blotchy, unsmooth, etc. Even though this one, I may be able to strain it, clean it, and get it to work better. I'll have to play with that before I even bother continuing with the 4 of these colors. So this is in the works at the moment. And then the black line is actually a fine tip Sharpie marker. So I believe on the real car this would have been white, but I figured why not try it in black just to see if it looks any different, how thin of a line I can get it. And this is obviously zoomed in. This piece is only 3 inches long at most, as you can see between the 7 and the 8 here. But on the full length of the body, this is close, other than you'd have the black in here where it says PlayBunny and it rises up, and I wasn't playing with all that. I just wanted to test the colors and my ability to hand paint. So obviously once I get that far, I'll mask them off, I'll paint them up, get them as smooth as I can, go on to the next one. Hopefully don't peel this off when I paint the next one when I'm with the masking. So this is kind of a pain in the butt. But anyway, as you can see, we are pretty much moving right along. Got everything ready for a mock-up and got a few things going on in here. Everything is mounted pretty well solid all the way through. It is glued to the chassis now so it can stay solid. As I said, these are not my best work, but you know, for what I had, what I made it work, and got the dash notched in there so it can come way down and as far forward as it needs to line up on these little marks right here, which is where the original dash would go. I believe it's in place, but I don't know if it's too high. It needs to come down more. Too long, hitting the bottom of the cowl. I don't know any of that stuff yet. Have to test fit it, but so far, everything's working out just fine. So, as you can tell, we are moving right along. Body does look clean. There is one spot on the driver's door that's a little tiny blemish that hopefully once I get all the paint done on it and I clear coat it, it may hide. We're just going to have to hope with that and pray like hell that it doesn't orange peel and crackle when I'm done. Because that would piss me off. After all this work, get down to the final paint and throw it in the garbage bucket. I would be pissed. But yeah,
So this is where we are. Well, here you can see I had painted this thing black, so I had an outline of where the grill was at. You can kind of see the depth. Now this outer face edge will all be in black. Like I had mentioned, this section will be painted with silver, not chrome or Molotov, but just silver. And then probably put the two headlights on there because they are recessed, whereas the grill part sticks out a little bit. We'll be working on that. This is actually a really light color compared to what it really is. Yeah, it's definitely more in this brighter yellow. Very much brighter yellow. So anyway, thanks for following along. Here we got a picture of the dash. You can see I got my needle and some gauges kind of thing put in there, and then my silver gel pen didn't really quite want to make a circle, but you know, I do still have to paint the outside of the steering wheel. I did all the holes and painted it chrome, so now I can go back in, and I don't know if I want to do rosewood or black, but that's to be determined yet. So anyway, thank you for following along as we build the PlayBunny coach. Yeah, that word. So anyway, happy Memorial Day weekend to you all, and sorry for the extended length on the update. I tried shooting a couple of videos and my camera batteries have died, so I had to do what I could to make this happen. So thank you all for watching, liking, commenting, and we shall talk to you again next time. Till then, bye!